control my body. Oh, baby, you are on my mind. All I think about, and I don't wanna stop. I don't wanna stop. Could you come closer to me? I just can't resist you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. It's like we're in a movie. I don't know how you do it. I look into your eyes and everything is different. Baby, you are on my mind. All I think about, and I don't wanna stop. I don't wanna stop. Could you come closer to me? I just can't resist you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. Baby, you are on my mind. I can't control my body. Can't control my body. Body, 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 body. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling.
Well, hello, Plannerets. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Monday to me and everybody else watching on live. Make sure you say hello in the chat, just like Adriana. Hello, Adriana. Hello, Steph. Steph is here. Everyone, Lealoa. Aloha, everybody. May, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me. And Stephanie, of course, and everybody else welcoming each other. I do love that we are a very warm and supportive group. How's your first week of July? How did it go? I know for a lot of you that you are on your Sunday, so hopefully the first week of the new month, I know for me, always brings in a lot of newness, a lot of joy, excitement, ready to hit those goals that maybe we didn't get to achieve the previous month. Or if you're like Adriana and myself, we're going to work on our wellness for the month of July. So, as the title says, there are 7 steps today that I'm going to go through to help guide you in crafting those goals that maybe you want to achieve for the new month, or you haven't been as successful in the last month, or like me in the last few months. For me, my working out goal is something that I really want to focus on. And now, not all goals are created equal. What I mean by that is some goals are much easier to achieve. So, for example, maybe reading, I've started to enjoy reading since I've been doing it now for, a number of years, starting small. I actually also love and I miss meditating if I don't do it in the morning. But working out for me is a little bit harder, and I've tried many different ways. So hopefully today's 7 steps, and make sure you stick to the end because there is a bonus step that I will go through. Steph says, getting my dog a cooling mat. It is warming up here. Yes, I'm seeing quite a bit of really warm, hot weather for those accounts that I follow who are based in the US. We are in our winter season here in Australia. I am in Sydney, New South Wales. It doesn't get too cold where I'm from because Sydney is really pretty much right on the east coast, and so we don't get snow in our winter here. So if I wanted to go see snow, we have to go travel inlet of the country. But I do see that everyone is getting warm in some parts of the country. And Elle, I hope you're all safe, because I know last time there's some was it a tornado or hurricane warning, and so wherever you are in the world, I hope you are keeping safe. All right, so let's get through this. So like I said, today's video is going to talk about how to craft those goals that we want to achieve to make our lives a lot more effective and create those habits that give us a nice balanced life. So I am going to go through my Filofax today, which is the A5 Filofax garden organizer in the print sunrise. So I swapped my planners the other day. So this is the A5 Filofax garden, and then my accompanying personal size is the Domino Soft in duck egg, and it also has this Filofax Ollie clip, which is part of the garden collection. And so I won't be showing what's in here today, but everything that we're going to show through is in the A5 size. Now, yes, it is quite pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I love, even though it's winter here for us, I don't follow the seasons for those of you that have been with me for a while. And of course, if you are watching on replay, say hello in the comment section. I do love seeing your comments, feedbacks, and any questions you have. So yes, this is quite pretty. And so I wanted to still bring that fun garden summer feel to my cold winter planning days. And hello, Andre, how are you? Yes, these are not sponsored. This was gifted to me. However, this is the Opalac gel nail polish in Drama Queen. Hello, hello. Who doesn't love glitter? You don't need a special occasion to put on glitter on your nails. So yes, so that actually worked out well, because then they're the same color palette. Thank you, Andre. Nice to see you. Hello, Andre is a fellow student of an online course that I took with Live Streaming Pros. So I do appreciate you being here. No tornado today. Phew. And I'm so happy that you are here and nice and safe. And Steph says, I have one of those. Marianne made me do it. Yes, yes. And so please don't blame me if you get into any financial struggle. I do love to influence, because I know I am very highly influenced myself. Adorable drama. Yes, exactly. All right. I do appreciate you commenting on my nails. The great thing with glitter nail polish as well is if it does chip, you can't see the chips, because we've been moving a lot of stuff around in the house, and I've been lifting heavy things. And the great thing is with the gel nail polish, they are very strong, and even if it does chip the glitter, you can't notice. And befitting, one of my nail rings here is a Pandora ring, and I bought it because I want to focus on my goals, which is the theme of today's video. So let's get right into it. So now excuse me for a second. Now, the way I look at my goals is I use the Zig Ziglar's Wheel of Life methodology when it comes to creating a nice harmony and well-balanced life. So I created this Wheel of Life goals tracker. So in his methodology, there are 7 key areas of focus. Now, I have seen a variation of the headings of these. So whatever fits your life, whatever title, whatever heading, some use 7, some use 8, some use 10. I know there's 10 of life. But for me, I'm keeping it simple. Let's keep it to 7. And so in no particular order, it looks at your mental goals, physical, spiritual, family, financial, career, and social. And so, what this methodology says is if you create goals and habits in these 7 key areas of focus, then you will get a nice balance in your life. Now, of course, there'll be days where one area may be neglected, or one area you may focus more on than the other. But what you want to be able to achieve is to have a nice balance. So, for example, like me, the physical aspect of my life hasn't been as excellent. What it does is it helps you visualize that, okay, certain areas may not you may not have focused on it for a while. So maybe in the new week, the new day, or the new month, you need to do some action steps to ensure that you are putting some effort in to create goals or habits in those areas. Now, the video, that title that I had, I talked about letting go of visions, right? Now, visions are very important when you are creating goals, because we want to visualize the outcome, or the goal that we want to get to, so then we can create the steps to get there. But like I said, stick around, because with those visions, there's something that I may have to get you to do with them once we have visualized. So let's have a look. Adorable. All right. So this is the wheel of life, and this is what I'm going to fill in once we have followed the 7 steps to crafting a goal. So let's just quickly have a look. So I did ask in the at the top of this live stream is, what goals do you want to achieve this month? Goal, maybe 1 to 3 if you're starting out and you don't want to overwhelm yourself, or what particular priority do you? So you don't have to let me know in the chat, although if you want to share, even better, but keep them in mind as we go through these steps. Okay, so let me just quickly have a look. So let's see, what is step number 1, Marianne? The first one is choose an area of focus. Okay, let's look at one of these things before we look at everything else. So maybe pick one priority of the month, and then once we start to get to know how to create goal setting, then we can apply the same thing to the next goal. So for me, I am going to go and concentrate on my physical goal. That is working out, adding movement into my day, getting healthy, fitting into my pants. All right. So that is the first thing. So have you got that in mind? Yep. Have you got an area of focus that you want to work on for the new month? Say yes in the live, and then if you're watching on replay, type it in. Yes, you've got one in mind. You can change it along a little bit later if you go, oh, I'm not too sure, Miriam. Okay, so which area are you going to have a look at as a top priority for July? For me, it's the physical goal, putting movement, working out, and exercising more to make sure that I'm healthy and I'm looking good, looking, I guess, better than that are even better. How's that? We're not putting ourselves down today. We're not going to do that. There's no negativity. So let's have a look. Yes, Elle's got goal in mind. Yes, excellent. Yes, yes, yes. Area of wellness. So like area of focus of wellness. Fantastic. So all right. Now that we have an area of focus in mind, the next thing to do is let's visualize the desired outcome. This is where we put our thinking cap, and this is where we close our eyes. If you're safe where you are, let's close our eyes. Okay, and we're going to visualize. Here we go. Visualize your desired outcome. So visualize what you would look like, visualize what you would like that part of your life to look like. Okay, so in this portion, I'm going to write it just so then you can see what I'm doing. But all you need to do now is just close your eyes, have a think. What does this look like? Okay, for me, it's fitting into my jeans. That's fitting into my jeans. Okay. For me, is not, what do you call it, panting, when you're walking up the hill, not panting when I'm walking up the hill. I'm walking up the hill. All right, so visualize what you would look like at the end if you achieve this goal that you have in mind. And then of course, healthy, right? Healthy. I want to look good, right? So I look, even though I know we are, for a lot of us, especially the women who are very critical of themselves, our friends would say we look great. But I know sometimes when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we sort of go, oh, that could, when we pinch those muffin tops, do they call them muffin tops as well in the US? Here in Australia, we call them the muffin top, that bit that overflows over the top of your waistband. So look good, okay? So are you visualizing what this desired outcome would look like? Right. So many more. Right. So if I close my eyes now, the other things would be, that I'm here when in my 80s and 90s, enjoying my family. Of course, that, working out will lead me to be healthy, would lead to a longer life. The other things is that I won't be upset when I look at myself in the mirror. So I won't be cranky. I won't be, quick to anger when I am, there's challenging parts of life happen, or my kids annoy mum, right? So because if you feel good on the inside, and then of course you also feel good at what you see on the outside, then more positive things will come in your way. All right, so we've got that. Have you really visualizing what you would look like, or what that part of your life will look like if and when you achieve this goal that you have in mind? Yes? Thumbs up. Let me know. Okay, so that's that bit. I'm visualizing. I'm closing my eyes, looking to next week, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years, whatever it is, visualize it. Once you've visualized all of that, the next thing to do is to write down your vision. So here I've written it down, but this portion is you just thinking of all the things that you can see how your part of your life would look like. But now what we're going to do is we're going to write down everything about that vision. So fitting into my jeans, looking good, right? Write it down. Doesn't have to be in any particular order, just bullet points, okay? All these bullet points. So in this exercise, I've just written down so then you can see what my vision is, right? So bullet point, fit into my jeans, see my kids grow up, right? Enjoy my time with my husband, going on holidays. So you might go, what has this got to do with physical or working out, Marianne? Because it leads to a healthy me. A healthy me means longer life, better quality of life, all right? Enjoying time with my husband in our old age. Enjoy time with husband, okay? So write down everything that you saw when you close your eyes, when you achieve this part of your goal. Have we got that? Have we got that? Have you? So, yep. Okay, excellent. Yep, fantastic. Write it down. Get a nice clean piece of paper, or you can even pick a pretty paper. Go and pick out, your best markers and your best pens, because of course, what happens is when we write things down, is we retain the information more. Then we can visualize it, writing it down as well. It's like a little promise that you're giving yourself that, okay, these are the things that I want in life. These are the things that I am, working towards. There's no point. So this is part of that vision. So first part of the vision is we need to go and have a think, because what do they say? I think this is more in the corporate world, how you could be climbing up the ladder, but if you put your ladder against the wrong wall, then all that effort is towards something that you might not have been what you have wanted. So having a goal, right? So another analogy is if you're going to go drive somewhere, there are certain times of where you just want to drive aimlessly. However, if you want to get to a particular destination and you put it in your GPS, you put the particular location, right? So from to where you're coming from to your destination, right? You need to have a goal, because if you don't have a goal, all the action steps that you might be taking now may actually be leading you to the wrong area. So visualizing it, writing it down allows you to solidify that moment, right? So, okay, I need to get there, because the next step that you need to do once you have an outcome or a goal that you're aiming for, where is my little things, is we now need to list the specific action steps. Okay, so it's those things. If you can think of this in our GPS analogy, is the turn left here in 600 meters, turn right at the end of the roundabout or at the end of the traffic light, go here, go there, right? It's the directions. So think of these action steps as the little things you need to do each and every day to get to your goals. All right. So I have here, list as many things that you would have to do to make your vision a reality. Okay. Action is the key to your success. It's all good and well, we've visualized it. Oh, look at that button getting done up and not 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 squeezing my stomach into a size 2 sizes smaller jeans that I used to fit in 10 years ago, right? Or oh my god, I'm panting climbing up the hill, right? And it's only not even a steep hill, right? We've got the vision, we've written it down, but there's no point if we don't know how to get there. So how do we get there? We list specific action steps. Now, for a lot of you that have been doing goal settings, you would have seen the SMART goals, right? So SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So it could be time sensitive, achievable could be attainable. So it needs to be specific. So for me, it would be exercise, instead of just saying exercise or workout, not specific enough. Workout 10 minutes, 3 to 5 times a day, three to five times a week. All right, so it's quite specific. Is it measurable? Yes, because I said 3 to 5 a week instead of just working out for 15 minutes. When? How long? What time of the day? Right? So we have to be specific, because the more specific we are, the easier it is to achieve. And try and make sure you're using verbs or doing words. Exercise, get up, read, walk, skip, ride a bike, walk the dog, right? So be specific in your action steps. Is it achievable? So if I said to myself, Marianne, work out 1 to 2 hours a day, each and every day of the week, I know for myself that's not going to be achievable. And when our goal is not achievable, guess what? We're not going to do it, because we have already given up, because we go, that's too hard. Especially if you're starting out, make it achievable. So this is where I know for myself I have fallen off the working out habit, is because my brain still thinks that a workout needs to be an hour long. And so I actually go, I don't want to do an hour long, so I'm not going to do it at all. When in actual fact, 5 minutes of working out is better than 0 minutes working out. So for me, I have to start small. And I have to put my mind and train my mind and create those habits that says 5 minutes of working out is still a workout. 5 minutes of going outside for a walk around the block is a workout, because it's a workout versus no workout, right? So make sure it's achievable. So if you want to read more, don't say, I want to read 5 chapters of a book each and every day, because you may not want to do that unless, of course, you have, first of all, time. You're reading a really good book you can't put down, right? So make sure it's achievable and it's realistic, right? So realistic as well is make sure it's your goal. So if someone says to me, let's just say, my husband would never ever say this, but if he said to me, Marianne, I need you to lose weight, right? It's not my goal. It's not going to be realistic, because it's not something that I would want. I have to want it for myself. So make sure it's realistic and make sure it is time bound. So for me, work out, all right? So I want to work out 3 to 5 times a week. Then it's measurable. I know it's within the week. Is that something I can do? Yes, it's realistic. It's specific. I can measure it. But then let's say I want to lose 20 kilos. I want to lose 10 kilograms. I want to lose 5 kilograms. When do you want to lose this? You want to lose this by a week? That's not realistic. You want to lose it by 2 weeks? Still not realistic. Maybe I'm going to go, I want to lose 5 kilos in the next 3 months. All right, so it's time bound. I have a clear start and finish to my goal. Okay, so that is one of the ways you can start to think of on how you need to list the action steps. Quality of life, exactly. Precious Pamphile, chronic health management is a huge goal of mine, because being ill and in pain, it makes hard to follow block schedule. I have brought almost every planner and system and nothing seems to work. What we need to do in this case, I can't give, of course, any advice with chronic illness, because I don't have that. But what you need to do is you need to go and plan your goals around you. It is sometimes, this is where we fall into that trap of feeling like we're not doing a great job, because we're following a system that doesn't fit our life. So it's important that time blocking may not be for you. For me, exercising in the evening or in the afternoon doesn't work, because I know my energy is not, high, and then I don't even bother anymore trying to do a workout in the afternoon or the evening, is because I know I can't do it. But or how you hear of these, get up early, join the 5 a.m. clubs. But if you're not a morning person, you can't make yourself going to be an early bird riser. You have to plan it according to you. And I'm going to go into one of the steps later with regards to how to plan for those days where you don't have the energy or you're not feeling as well. So thank you for sharing that with us. Like action and consistent, I procrastinate on. Yes. And so procrastination is actually an emotional reaction. So that's one of the things I teach in my Plan with Purpose course. And I just thought procrastination is being lazy. It's not. So I'll touch on that one, not in this video, but procrastination for me, once I hit these, what the emotional triggers are, helped me a lot when it comes to actioning my habits. So true. Baby steps. Thanks so much, beloved. I truly appreciate you and your advice. Thanks for sharing and inspiring us. Job well done. Again, thank you. Yeah, it's really, I have friends and family members who, have chronic illnesses, and your day is going to be different each and every day. So you actually probably won't be able to plan the same way as those who do not have any illnesses. So you have to, I'll talk to you about how to plan for those days that you is unknown. Okay. So the other thing, the other goal setting technique, this is based on Ali Abdaal and his book, Feel Good Productivity. So instead of the SMART goal setting, he has what's called NICE. So N is need term. So instead of trying to figure, is creating goals for the next 3 months, creating goals for the next month, and and for those who don't have the same days, or who cannot predict the day they'll have, maybe create goal just for the week, right? Need term, create your goals just for the day. Okay, so what you'll need to do is just create a need term goal today, for the week, for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so don't make it so broad in time, the time bound, that it's like, 2 weeks from now you go, yeah, I'll give up, and then you feel like you've failed, right? Just make it a shorter period, shorter time frame. The other thing that Ali says in his book, input based. So instead of thinking of the outcome, right, the losing the weight, or achieving all the wellness things that they talk about, drinking water, walk, getting outside, going for a walk, all the different taking breaks, right? Instead of thinking of the outcome, think of the input. What can I do? What action step can I do to get me to the goal? So instead of thinking of the finishing line, right, let's talk about the running a race analogy. Instead of thinking of getting to the end, winning the gold medal, winning the bronze, winning the silver medal, right, is you think of, today I'm going to go for a walk for 5 minutes. Today I'm going to read for 5 minutes. Today I'm just going to sit and just breathe. Right, be mindful for 1 minute. If you have an Apple Watch or your timer, put for 1 minute. Or if let me just take 5 deep breaths and just concentrate on my breath in and out. So it's input based or action step based. And then the other things is, he says that it's make sure it's something that you can control. There is no point creating goals, creating the habits that you have no control over. So let's just say, oh, I'm going to go to the gym with my friend, who is the one who picks me up and then takes me back home. You can't control whether they're able to pick you up or they're going to show up, all the time. So you maybe have to go and, okay, I'll go make my own way to the gym. That's an example. Okay. So the other thing is, make sure this is for please let me know, Precious, is it Pamphili? Let me know what your name is, so I feel a little bit closer. That's of course if you want to share. The other thing is energizing. Do things that will motivate you, and that will create a big impact in your life. So for me, sometimes some of the goals or habits that I want to do, before I do them, I do things that give me the energy, that bring me joy. So this is the same thing if you're prioritizing your day. So I know Steph and May would know this, because they're in my 8-week program course. Is do something first that will give you the energy. Maybe listen to a really fun music that like back in my day when it was the school disco in year 6 or elementary school and beginning of high school. The song that gets me on the dance floor, when I was 12 or 13, it's so funny thinking of it now, was Salt and Pepper's Push It. Maybe it wasn't an appropriate song for a tween, but so now every time that song comes on, and every time I'm with my best friend, wherever we are in our conversation, if that music comes on, we are on the dance floor. So maybe put on your favorite music before, and that for me could be my movement for the day, right? So things that will give you energy. Hey, if you like cleaning, and that gives you energy, because I know some people love cleaning. People are making money on YouTube just doing cleaning videos, right? If that gives you energy and motivates you to just get off the couch, when we talk about procrastination, do something that you will enjoy before you do any of your specific goals. French, Precious is fine. Thank you, Precious. I'll make sure it's I'll call you that rather than the full handle name. Thank you, Precious. Okay, so are we good at knowing how to list the action steps? So for me, my action steps, working on my own goal, is maybe get my active wear ready for next to my bedside table the night before, get my shoes, socks, my sports bra, my leggings, and my whether it's a t-shirt or a long sleeve or a hoodie or a jacket all ready the night before. Or the other one is put my shoes on, because sometimes all it takes is getting you that first step, right? So put my shoes on, put my socks and shoes on, get outside for a walk, those different things. Make sure it's smart or nice, right? Uh, Leo, yes, fun songs, great beat for movement. Some of the songs I love that gets me going on the dance floor is Womack and Womack's Teardrops. Queen's what it's not the champion one, the can't remember what it is, but it's always a song that gets me on the dance floor. Kate Urban's Fighter, I love that song. It's got a good beat. Even like Olivia Newton-John's Physical. So these songs are showing my age. That's all right. I love these type of songs. All right. So are we good so far? So just to recap for those of you that might have just joined, so we are looking at steps into creating your goals. So first, choose an area of focus. So for me, I have the 7 areas of focus for the wheel of life. So when focus on one thing at a time, because if you focus on too many things, then it gets watered down and you don't get specific. And then so choose an area of focus. You have to close your eyes, visualize what that part of your life would look like if you achieve the goals that you have in mind. And then you need to write it down, because writing it down helps you solidify it. You retain the information more. When it's written down on paper, you get to see it. You are outside of this vision, because what do they say? You can't read the label from inside the bottle. So you might have all these goals and visions, but then if you don't write them down, guess what happens? You forget it, because our brain is not built as a memory bank. It's built to be creative, to have all the different things. So you don't want to, and for those of us who are in their perimenopause journey, brain fog, so writing it down will help you retain and solidify it, and you get to see it more often than not. And then we looked at writing the specific action steps. Okay, so let's quickly have a look. Who is here today? Hello, Sharon, Snazzy Vegan Life, Katy Perry, Raw. Yes, that's another great song. Raw, raw, raw. All right, that's it. I don't want to get shut down for copyright infringement. How are you, Platterettes? Nice to see you, Sharon, from the Snazzy Vegan Life. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so what is the 5th step when creating our goals? This Precious might be specific to your needs, because we need to plan for different energy levels. So whether you're able-bodied, you don't have any chronic illness, you don't have any wellness and mental challenges, it doesn't matter. Always plan for different energy levels. Okay, so you can have, three different energy levels. When you have high energy, you're full of motivation, you've had great sleep, you're ready to raring to go. It's the beginning of a new week, it's the beginning of a new month, it's the beginning of a new year where motivation is there. You have a new planner, you're excited, you've got some great new pens. I'm here, let's go, let's hit it, let's tick all our habits and all the things that we had said we're going to do, right? Those are your high energy level. Then there's also your mid. You know what? I'm okay today. Yeah, but I really don't feel like it so much. I don't know if I want to do it, but I have enough energy, enough oomph, enough motivation, enough. See, brain fog. Whatever the word I'm thinking, enough. It's enough, right? And then you also need to plan for when you have low energy. All right. So this is when, let's quickly have a look. So life isn't always going to be predictable to start with, right? You may have the best day, the best week, and then life throws some curveballs at you. So you need to make sure, and sometimes you have high level in the morning. I do. I get a lot of things done, 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning. I have my breakfast, and then maybe 8 to 9, I'm still good. Well, then I have lunch. And then at lunch, I sit on the couch for a little bit longer than I need to. And I'm stuck there for the next 3 hours scrolling through my phone. And my energy level goes down, right? So you can have different energy levels throughout the day. One day you might have high energy level in the morning and then not in the midday or in the evening. So having a plan for different energy level is very important, because what happens is, of course, if you have high energy, right, you don't even need to be prompted. You just do it, kick, 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 one after the other. You're in the flow. You know how they say the flow, you're in the zone, right? Doesn't matter. You didn't even look at your planner. You didn't even look at your habit tracker. You didn't even look at your plan for the day, because you just know, right? One thing leads to another and you get everything done. And oh my God, it's 3 o'clock and I've ticked everything on my list. Fantastic. What happens when, something happens, you get cranky, something breaks, the milk gets spilt, whatever it is, right? And then your mood and your energy level might dip. So also have something to your action steps have to be dependent on the energy level you have. And then that way, no matter what happens. So precious, for in your instance, if you are not well on a particular day or your afternoon, you get really tired, right? You go, let's say for example, your goal is working out. Okay. So for me, maybe for my working out, if I have higher energy level, I will do 20 to 30 minutes of working out. For mid, 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. And then for low, 2 to 5 minutes, any type of movement. Maybe just doing some high knees, or maybe some butt kicks, or maybe just do, 5 push ups, 5 sit ups, right? Whatever it is, have a different plan. So let's say I wake up today, and then I'm full of energy. I've spoken to you guys. You have brought my energy level up. Okay, on my list, the next thing I have to do is I need to work out. And then I'm going, okay, I'm feeling good. So what I'm going to do, I follow an app on uh, Fit On app. So here, I don't know if you can see it, right? So there's different type. I can look at workouts, and then I can choose different durations. I can choose intensity. So for me, maybe I'll choose a medium to high intensity for a 10-minute workout. Or maybe I'll do 20 to 30 minutes of a low intensity workout. And so I actually pick my workouts based on my energy level. So if I like, oh, I don't want to, but then I go, no, Marianne, you promised yourself, you said you're going to do it. So I pick a, I will go and have a look. I will put on my thing 5 to 10 minutes of workout, and then I'm going to put a low intensity. And then I'm going to look through, right? I'm going, nope, that's too hard. A hit workout, those high intensity interval, I think that's what it's called, high intensity interval workouts. And then I'll just make sure, let's just do some yoga. So that's a little bit easier, right? So when you have your list of action steps, have your list so then you have different levels of activity for the different energy level. So regardless of what energy level you have a plan for each, right? So these are all your action steps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So in my instance, let's say for wellness. So for wellness, give me an example, Adriana, of a wellness while I check the chat. What some of the things would you like to look at? Hi, Irene. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I love it. I'm glad you're here with us today. Hello, Mama Bear. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Nice to see you in the live. Okay, so let's have a look. Meditating. Okay, so this part for me, meditating is part of my spiritual goal. So maybe when I have a high energy level, I will pick a meditation. I use Headspace app. Maybe I'll do a 10 to 15 minutes of guided meditation. So energy, that can also be time, right? If you have lots of time, no time at all, or I'll can squeeze it in. So both energy and time. So maybe I might just do a 5-minute meditation. Okay, meditation. And then if I'm low energy or I don't have enough time, maybe just 1 minute of deep breathing. Okay, deep breaths. Ooh, deep breaths. So what happens now is when I plan my day or when you plan your week, you will have so let's just say I'm going to use you, Precious, as an example here. When you talked about time blocking, right? So maybe in your planning, where are we today? Here we go. In your planning, right, so you have your time block. So you maybe you want to do some sort of movement, some sort of exercise, some sort of meditation, some sort of reading, some sort of creativeness, and you will put that at the 9 to 10. Right, so at 9 to 10 you have a lot of energy today, so then maybe you'll do let's say 10 to 15 minutes, and then you today you're not feeling as well, just do 5 minutes. Or you really, really have no energy at all, maybe it's just slowing down and just, if you can open the window and listen to the birds, listen to nature, that already is being mindful, right? So remember, mindfulness is about not worrying about the past or worrying about the future. It's just being present in the moment. Or if you don't have the energy, or for those of us who don't have enough time, we're running late, everything else, right? Being mindful could just be, okay, spot 5 things that are red. Okay, my notebook, my pen, my marker, my washi tape, and one of the drawers that I have on my shelf, right? So I'm focusing on just 5 things. And that's it. I was mindful. I stopped for just those quick moment where I spotted 5 things that are red, smell 4 things in the air, per my perfume, my pen, my marker. So have the different things you have and have it ready. Have it as a side. It's like a little booklet. If you're like Sharon, the Snazzy Vegan Life, who does cooking videos on her channel, it's your recipe, right? Your recipe and your ingredients. So you will have a recipe for when you can cook up a storm. You can cook up leche flan. Hey, I love leche flan, right? Or if you want, or today you don't have the time, so I'm just going to buy a flan. Those little cups that you turn upside down. See how you have different plans for different energy levels, so you'll never be caught out not having an action step for the different energy levels. Are we all is this making sense? Is this something that sort of like, is this an aha moment? Because for me, it has been an aha moment, because like I said at the beginning, for me, my brain has been programmed to think that a workout needs to be 45 to an hour long, or an hour and a half, that it needs to be a cardio, that I need to be sweating, that I need to be doing some sort of jumping, star jumps and burpees, when in actual fact, for a lot of women now who are in their perimenopause journey, weight training, you know, it's not about bulking up, but, making sure our bones are nice and strong. So see how it's really important to have different energy level plans or different time frame, whether you have enough time today, you've run out of time, or you have very little time. So for me, let's say as a content creator, because some of us here are content creators, so I need to have a video out by Thursday. I don't have the time. I didn't plan for it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to post a community post. So for those of us on YouTube, you know what? I'm just going to create a story on Instagram, right? So it doesn't have to be a one or nothing. Have different levels of action steps, have different levels of plan. So whatever your day is like, high energy in the morning, low energy in the evening, you have some action step for each. So I think yesterday I really didn't want to do any workout, so I looked on my app. There was a 5-minute app, and I just did a stretch. I think it was just a stretch, stretching, doing quad stretch or something. I moved. All right. So hopefully that is making sense when it comes to creating those action steps. Not only are you creating the things you need to do to get to your goal, but also have different contingency plan, because we know life doesn't happen the way we visualize it or we plan it out. We need to go. The only constant thing is things will change. So, something else is, know that something is going to throw a spanner in your plan. So you need to plan for it. We know it's going to happen. So why aren't we planning ahead? So if there is here's another analogy for our GPS analogy from earlier today. If there is a detour, right? If instead of 3-lane highway, it moves into 1. Right. So you plan that, well, instead of getting to our destination on time, it's going to be a little bit later. So I need to plan for what do I need to do when traffic happens, right? I know traffic may happen when I need to drive to where I need to go. So I need to make sure I keep calm. For us, my son, younger son, I have 2 boys, a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old. My 15-year-old is on the autism spectrum. We went to have a family gathering on Saturday for my nephews. So my husband and I had our contingency plan. what will happen if he starts getting anxious and he has a meltdown. So we already, prior to leaving our house, we both said, okay, we both need to be calm. If one or of us see the other getting agitated and also losing our calm and, having our own little meltdown, the other one needs to take over, or the other one needs to whisper to each other and just that little hand on the back and just going, it's okay, I'll sit next to him. So on the train, my son was getting really, really agitated. And so I needed to have my contingency plan of, Marianne, breathe. It's okay. We've got 5. So we go, Zach, 10 minutes and we'll be at the central station. And he was okay with that. But if we didn't have a plan, we would all lose our mind. We will all have a meltdown. And we have to also remember, I had to remind myself that I'm the one who's able to control my feelings a lot better than my son who's on the autism spectrum. So I needed to put the contingency plans in place, because we know change and life and curveball will happen even if we plan our day perfectly. Okay, so when we now have a plan, what is the next thing we need to do? Is we need to track our habits. Okay, track your habits. So by creating ourselves at those achievable, actionable, realistic, specific, time sensitive goals, or nice, near term, input based, controllable, and energizing, we need to have somewhere to write it down so we can track it, right? So habit tracking is very important because you need to see your progress. You could be going, oh, I didn't do any workout. Oh, I'm such a failure. I didn't read enough. Oh, I'm not good at creating or being mindful. Oh, I'm not good at connecting with my loved ones. You won't know unless you track it, because if you track it and here you are going, oh, I didn't do this and didn't do that, and you go, oh, hang on, I actually worked out more last week than I ever have in the last 3 weeks. You will be able to see your progress if you track it. Now, for those of you new to habit tracking, please don't mind mine. I've been tracking since 2017, and I didn't start out with this many to begin with. I only had 3 or 4 or 5. Now, a lot of these are already habits that I do, habitually. I don't need a prompt, but I write it down because I use it to help stack my new habits onto. So habit stacking is linking the new habits you want to create or the new goals you want onto a habit that you already do with your eyes closed. So brushing my teeth, right? So brushing my teeth, I already do that. Or making my coffee, I already do that without having to be prompted or thinking. Yet I use that to stack on or link an habit because it's my trigger. So for example, if I want to drink more water, I will put drink more water when I'm making coffee. So I will stack it onto each other. So now I'll go, when I make coffee in the morning and while I'm waiting for it to brew or I'm making my tea, I will drink a glass of water or half a glass of water or take 2 gulps, right? So then the more you do it and the more you link it onto a habit that you already do, it's a lot easier to achieve. So habit tracking is very, very important because this helps you stay consistent. Consistent doesn't mean you have to do it each and every day. And this is where I fell into the trap before, that I mustn't be good at achieving my goals or achieving my habits because I missed a day, I missed 2 days, I missed a week, I missed 3 weeks. But consistency is showing up time and time again, regardless of your previous achievement. It's just getting back up. Fall 7 times, get up 8 times, right? So keep consistent. And if consistency for you is once a week, right, then show up just once a week. That's all you can do. Because if you start showing up, being consistent, turning up the best you can, then your brain starts to say, hey, we did this last time. We better do that thing that we do after, that drinking water. Hey, when you track your expenses, last time we're supposed to do our workout. Let's work out again. So your habit tracker will show your progress. It will help motivate you to keep going, because when those marks, those ticks, those are dopamine hits. It releases all these happy hormones. Oh, yay, I achieved something else. And then if you do miss a day, do not be hard on yourself. Give yourself some grace. Have a think of the positive thing. You know what? Yesterday, I did 15 minutes of workout. Today, I may have missed a day and maybe it's late already. So what I'm going to do before I go to bed is just do a stretch. Let's just do a stretch. Or let's just sit down by our bed for 5 minutes and just do nothing. Just breathe. Right? Be kind to yourself. Don't think you're a failure because the blank spaces may be as telling as the tick spaces or the completed task boxes. So here on Tuesday, I didn't get to do my morning routine is because I caught up with a friend and we spent time catching up with each other, planning our week, celebrating our wins from the previous week. And then I slept because I had a busy Monday. So I slept in. I looked after myself. That is a win. Someone might go, oh, Mariane, you didn't do your morning routine. No, I caught up with a friend. I also took time to catch up on my rest. Tick, that is a win. Okay, so your habit tracker is not there to pinpoint all the things you didn't do. It helps you go review it and just go, if you miss, like for me, if I miss workout consistently, maybe working out after tracking my expenses is not the best time. Maybe I have to do it earlier when I have more energy, or maybe I'll link it to some other one of my other trackers, other habits. So tracking your habits really helps you to visually see your progress. It'll help motivate you, and then habit tracking or actioning your habits is it's like a compound interest. The more you do it over time, the more you'll get better at it. So you might go, I only did this once, twice a week, but I'm going to show up again the next week. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so tracking your habits is really important for you to be able to achieve that goal you visualized at the beginning of this exercise, right? Because you don't know how far you've come along if you don't, note down all the different steps you have taken along the way. Let's quickly rate tips. Thank mindfulness using senses. Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, spot 5 things you see, 4 things you touch, 3 things you smell, 2 things you taste, and what's the fifth one? Touch. This goes back to my science class days. Sharon says, more time, do some meal prep so those low energy times will be easy to deal with. Exactly. So and even just planning your meals, knowing what's coming up is really good. Sharon says, I like MadFit YouTube channel. She has all different length videos, various intensities, such great advice, Marianne. Thank you. Yes, I also follow Denise Austin. So for those of you from the 80s and 90s, when the VHS, the videos, we had Denise Austin. So she's in her 60s, I think mid 60s, and she's still at it. So I follow some of her exercises as well. Leola says, yes, I'm programmed for hour high energy teaching aerobic fitness classes for 20 years. Now I'm retired, need to just adjust the mindset. Yes, me too. I just got to have, because we have been so many programs we have been taught to follow. The don't cry because that's sign of weakness, throwing like a girl. Well, what's that? Or running like a girl. Hey, I run fast and I could outrun some of the men, so all these things that we have been programmed, the dialogue that we've been saying to ourselves over and over the years, it's going to take a lot of time to break those patterns. But the more you do the habits you've set for yourself to achieve your goals, then the old way of thinking will get taken over. Right. So, only one meltdown per family at a time. Exactly. Although it's normally my son and I set each other off. So maybe two, two, max two. So important to adjust for various chapters in life. Thanks for mentioning that. I love that. Yes, it's really important that I forget, you know, I can't do the star jumps anymore because it's just impact on my knees. I mean, I'm 49 and, I think I'm active enough. I haven't been sitting on my butt for all these years. I do some sort of movement. I'd like to be more consistent and, achieve that, my goals a little bit better. But my knees, the impact on my knees, and just I'm not a big fan of cardio. So why am I putting myself through the pain of trying to do cardio when there's many other exercises that can do exactly the same thing? It's just not that for me, my brain still thinks that our workout is those things where you are, moving hard, jumping, burpees and all that. And so, yes, change our way of thinking. Absolutely, May. I love Denise. Yes, Denise Austin. Love her. And her daughter is actually now doing the exercises with her as well. So are we good? Who here has habit tracker? Let me know in the chat or in the comment section if you are watching on replay. So these are available in my shop at mariannecresp.com. If you will just allow me for a second. So it's available in A5 size, Happy Planner Classic, and letter or big Happy Planner size. So you've got the habit tracker that is actually can be a standalone on its with it. Let me just quickly pop this back in place. So you can get it as the habit, mood, and sleep tracker printable on its own, or it can be part of the bundle that has calendars, well-being planner spread, and weekly. And you can also get the Wheel of Life goals tracker from mariannecresp.com. So do check that out. And of course, I mean, hey, while we're here, while I'm asking you if you are liking this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who's also maybe needs some help, creating goals for themselves and knowing the steps on how to do it. And of course, make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, because you're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy the Plannerette community I have built here with my lovely, warm, supportive group. So thank you for allowing me to just do a little plug-in of my planner printables. Now, what I never can see the emojis on here, so let me quickly have a look at what it is in. So it's hearts. Yes, hearts. Oops, heart there and a heart there. Two hearts. Thank you, Elle. Yes, habit trackers are a game changer for sure. Thank you, May. I love it. All right, so what is the next step? So I see we are on the top of the hour, so not long now, but the next thing we need to look at is we need to commit fully. Okay? We need to commit to our goal. Be 100% committed and act as if you matter and you count. Here's the thing. When an email comes through, right, for most of us, we reply right away, right? Go, there's an email. Let's reply. Oh, they've asked me to do this. Let me do it. Why are we putting others' needs before ours, right? I'm going to use the work thing. When an email comes through, sometimes I go, oh, I better answer it, because it's just like, I mean, that could in itself be a way for me not to do the things I want to do, and it's a procrastination thing. And I'll answer that instead of going and do my exercise. Oh, I've got so many emails. I've got so many email, unopened or unread emails, so I might do that. But the thing is, we can't look after others if we are not looking after ourselves first, right? So for those who have families, children, partners, elderly parents, right? We sometimes, we want to make sure we are there for them. And that is important, but we cannot be there for them if we are not there for ourselves, because what's going to happen? We're going to burn out. We're going to get tired. We're going to get angry. We're going to start resenting because, our identity is lost. So we need to be committed to ourselves first in order for us to be fully there for others, right? Oxygen mask on first. So being 100% committed doesn't mean that you got to do everything all at the same time. And this is when that energy level plan comes in, right? If all I can do today is 1 minute of deep breathing instead of 10 to 15 minutes of meditation, for sure I'm going to fully commit to that 1 minute deep breathing, or just that 5 deep breaths, just closing my eyes wherever I am. If you're on the bus, of course, you may not be able, on the train, you may not be comfortable closing your eyes. Just look out the window and concentrate on your breathing. 5 deep breaths, and on your lap while you have your hand, right? I do this with my son. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Do that 5 times, do it 10 times. But whatever energy level you have, whatever time you have, whatever effort you can put in, be 100% committed to that, and do it as if you matter, as if you count, because you do. You are important. You are here for you, so you can be there for others, so you can bring more joy to others, so you can assist more others. If you do not have the time for yourself, guess what's going to happen? You will be forced to take time off by being ill, by being burnt out, by melting down, by having a breakdown. Because for me, that was where I was 1.5 years ago. I thought, that I need to be there homeschooling my son. He's now on curriculum has changed, high school, life skill. Am I good enough? So every day, let's do this, let's do that. And then I forgot me. I forgot my identity. I forgot the things that brought me joy. I forgot the things that give me energy. So being 100% committed doesn't mean you've got to do everything all at once, all at the same time, that you have to take all those 7 days, everything, 1 hour, 2 hours of working out. It's whatever you have right now. If you only have 40%, right, then give 40%. If you only have 5% energy, do what you can with the energy and the time that you have. But don't let time pass you not doing something for yourself. Act as if you count. You matter. We matter. We are important. We can't do all the good things that we are great at if we don't make ourselves count, right? Act with purpose. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to be more mindful? Why do I want to make sure my wellness is looked after? Why do I want to read more? Why do I want to look after my, why do I want to advance in my career? Why do I need to connect with family and friends? Why do I need to look after my financial well-being? because all these things that we are not looking after, that we are neglecting in our wheel of life, right? If we neglect certain parts, one or two parts, what's going to happen is it's going to catch up to us. If we're not looking after our financial well-being, we spend too much, we borrow too much, it's going to cause stress in our life. It might cause stress and, with our relationships, money problems is one of the number one things in, marriage fights, right? So commit and act with purpose. You matter. And I've forgotten that. I've forgotten that I matter. That I'm here. I'm a mum. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm an auntie. I can't be any of those things if I'm not Marianne, if I'm not me, and I'm not looking after myself. So make sure whatever energy level you have, whatever time frame you have, do the best you can. Have a plan. Have contingency plan, because not everything is going to turn out the way we plan it. And that's why I know Precious earlier is like, time blocking may not work for her. For me, for example, even like, in my content creation tasks, I can't do batch planning. I can't plan everything. I can't create all the videos, right? Because the things I do is time sensitive, as in, so I got to work with the things that work well for me. Someone might, read 10 books. You see all these book trackers. It's like, someone said to me, oh, how can you read so many books? 4 books has taken me, what are we now? July, 7 months, because I only read 15 minutes a day. That's all I read. And a lot of times I actually don't read 15 minutes because I'm writing. So I'm probably only reading 5 minutes worth of text, and I'm writing the rest, 10 minutes, right? So don't compare yourself to someone else, because their life is not yours. Their situation is not yours. Their advantages that they have are different advantages to what you have. Okay, so run your own race. Know the place that you need to get to, right? There it is. There's the goal. There's the outcome. There's the finish line. What do I need to do to get there? Hi, Isabel. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for the beautiful reminder. And we need reminding, because remember, our brain is not meant to remember everything. So we forget. It gets taken over by all the things that, we think might matter, when in actual fact, in the scheme of things, it's not important. Will it matter in 10 minutes time? Probably. Will it matter in 10 weeks time? Maybe not. Will it matter in 10 years? Right? Those are the things we need to do when we're going, and we will matter in 10 minutes. We will matter in 10 weeks. We will matter. Right? Me, you, us. I will matter. So I need to do the things that serves me, for me to be able to serve others. Beloved, I truly believe everything happens for a reason in your video. It's exactly what I needed today. Our Creator definitely knows what we need and gives it to us exactly when it's time. Thank you. And I truly do that as well. We can't see all the different things around us if we close our eyes and not face the world. So yes, it is hard. I don't want to go out with my son because I think that it's going to cause so much anxiety. But then if I don't do it, I may miss out on the different things that, yes, life will show me in its path. Okay, so there are times that we need to go and protect ourselves. So our mind is actually, it's pretty good. Like these anxiety, these fears, these judgment, these critical thinking or criticism, sometimes, it's there to protect us, because it just goes, oh, maybe don't do that because last time you got hurt. Or maybe don't do that because, you might get judged. People might laugh at you. People may think you're no good, right? The brain, the nervous system does that because that's how it's built. It's there to protect us. However, it also doesn't know what's real and what's not. So all these critical or dialogue that we give ourselves, I'm not good enough, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, what if this, what if things go wrong? When we have those thoughts in our head, the brain thinks that that must be the reality because it'll feed off what you give it. So positive thinking, opening your eyes, and when you're ready. Sometimes you might get all. For me, I know I've seen so many, how to goals, how to set your goals, how to create this, how to create that, and I've tried many times. And yes, I'm like too. What I tried that. Why didn't it work? I mustn't be good at it, right? But sometimes maybe you're not ready yet because your mind still maybe protecting you from, dipping your toe in. But always try and dip your toe in each and every time because it may be different circumstance today, maybe different circumstance tomorrow. So yes, thank you. I love that. Thank you so much. I so enjoy these live videos with you in the Plannerette, Hannah. So much clarity each Sunday morning. Perfect start for the new week. Yay! New grandbaby coming tomorrow. Oh, please tell us how it goes. How exciting! That's so. See, new life. See, and this is why it's important for us to be here because tomorrow will bring us joy. It sets us ready for the new things that happen. So this is so important. Now here's the bonus, right? So we've talked about how visualizing your goal is very important. You create vision boards, you put all the things that you want, the house, the car, whatever else it is, maybe but make sure when you have created your vision and you have created the steps, the actionable steps to get there, what you need to do next is to actually, where is mine? Did I put it? I don't think I put it. There's a bonus, right? Here's the bonus. Let me see. Let me just write this down for a sec. The bonus is bonus. Here we go. Once you have the vision, let it go. What? Marianne, what are you talking about? You just made me create all those things. And now you want me to let it go? Like, is it Elsa? Elsa, let it go, right? You just said we visualized all these things. We visualized the dream. We visualized the desired outcome. We even wrote it down, right? What I need you to do when I say let it go is don't hang too tightly to those visions. Because we know what happens. Things happen, life, curveballs, changes, detours, all these stuff. If we hang on too tightly to these visions, we may miss all the different opportunities around us because we go, well, I visualize that this is what I want. Right? I visualize that I'm going to fit into those jeans that I had 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Right? And so I got to hang on to it. I visualize I need to lose 5 kilos. And then here I am. Maybe I've lost 3 kilos and I'm still not happy because I am hanging on to the vision. So you need to hang on before you make the decision to create a goal. Right? There's the before, create the vision. Once you've created the vision and you've created those action steps, just let it go. Don't hang on to it too tightly because you may miss different opportunities. And then you might go, no, Marianne says to create the steps to get there, right? So I'm following those steps. But if you hang on and think that, oh, I have to go left because that's the plan, you might miss going right, taking a right turn. And then that could be more opportunities there. So just have the vision loosely because what we need to do is follow the steps. It's the steps to get there, that'll help us get that desired outcome that may be different from what we first visualized. Okay? Because what happens is by letting it go, you're going to be a little bit more flexible, right? Energy levels might be high, mid, or low. You may not have time. You may have a lot of time. So you got to be flexible, right? You're hanging on to this vision too tightly is going to give you stress, too much pressure, too much anxiety. I said I'll need to lose weight, 5 kilograms, and and here I am. I've lost 3. I feel good. I fit into my jeans, but I may still not be happy because I said I was, that's the goal. That was my desired goal, 5 kilos, right? And putting too much pressure and hanging on too tightly to that vision, you may miss opportunities. You may not adapt the way you're planning, So, I can't go and exercise today because, maybe the gym has closed, or maybe, I hurt my ankle or hurt my knee or whatever it is. So then what? Does that mean I don't go and exercise, don't exercise anymore? So just allows you to have different possibilities. And of course, it reduces that anxiety that you're not having to go, no, I'm not happy until I get to the finish line. Okay. And then it helps you be creative. Well, what else can I do? If I'm unable to exercise because, I might have strained my ankle, how else can I? Oh, well, maybe I'll just do some on my chair, some stretches just on my chair, some, instead of a sit up, just do sitting sit ups, whatever it is, right? So it can actually also lead you to better solution. And if Sharon is still here, those mistakes that you make creating a new recipe or might lead you to go, oh my God, I didn't know that would work really well with this recipe as well. So trying new things can lead. That's how that's how chefs and cook create all these new recipes, because they're trying out new things. And then what you need to do is, once you're committed, right, just focus on the steps. Don't focus on the finish line. Focus on the journey. You know how they say the journey, not so much the destination. So enjoy the journey. And then focus on what you can do now, this present moment. What can you do? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes? Just putting my shoes on? I'm just going to put my shoes on and my leggings. That's the best I can do. But you took action. One of those actions was to put your shoes on. Hey, I did it today. That's the best I can do. Maybe tomorrow I'll put my shoes on and go for a walk. Okay. And then also by letting go of that vision, you're going to be a lot more resilient because you're going to try out new things. You're not fixated on a specific result. So again, in my example, I'm not fixated on the 5 kilo, and that's where I used to fail, or where I used to give up, is it's too hard. I can't get to 5 kilos. But then I may have lost 3, and yet I wasn't celebrating the 3. And that's such an achievement, because for me to have lost the 3, I would have added movement into my day. I would have looked after my health. I would have looked after the food that I was putting in my mouth. But I wasn't celebrating that, because in my head, I was hanging on too tightly to that desired outcome before I took action. So let it go. And then you're going to enjoy it a little bit more. Okay? So it's just that mindset, changing the mindset. So let me just share with you a little story about letting it go. Okay? So when my younger son was diagnosed with autism spectrum at the age of 4, he's 15 now. It was so devastating news for our family. We saw signs when he was little, but we touched base with a lot of different family members, and some of the kids in the family, his cousins, all were late starters when he was talking. And then when we got the diagnosis, we went to he was diagnosed. It was devastating. When I told my mum and dad about it, it was a very difficult moment. because I had a vision of what my son may have to face in the future. And so he was in daycare at the time, and the director or the principal of the daycare, I think she had a nephew who was 20 already at the time, who was on the autism spectrum, so her sister's son, and said, Mariane, you're still going to have a beautiful child. If you look at it this way, you may have planned to go on a holiday to go to Paris. You packed up for Paris. You have your itinerary for Paris. You get to the airport and then they tell you that you're going to go to Egypt instead. You didn't pack for Egypt. So, however, you're still going to have a great time because it's a holiday that you are going to spend with your family, that you're going to see all the beautiful wonders of Egypt. So I had a vision, right? When I was going to be a mum, I didn't have a vision of, what his family life would look like, or whether he's going to have kids or whether he's going to have a partner. All I wanted was this, all of the time that I was thinking was the steps that I needed to do as a mum. Be there, be loving, nurture, provide safe home, provide love, change his nappies, feed him, right? In my head, I wanted a happy son. I still have a happy son. His path is just different from, what I had envisioned it. So with the letting go, it's important that we have a path that we need to take. We need the steps we need to take to get to our desired outcome. But what we may think we want may be different to what we'll get. So we need to make sure we don't hang on to a vision too tightly, that we miss all the other opportunities, that we don't see the beauty in the things that we have right now. Yes, I know life is hard. Oh boy, it's not, last week after my live, right, I was so happy. And then, I read something and that got me really sad, So it's like, I was having such a good day and now I'm all sad and I was crying. But that's just life. Life's going to give us ups and downs. We know that. Not everything's always going to be happy. Not everything's always going to be sad. Not everything's always going to be easy. It's not always going to be hard. It's ups and downs. But we need to plan. We need to create contingency plan for when it's down and when it's up, right? So what we need to do is just look for the positive. Be grateful for what we have. Yes, sometimes it's hard. So let's give ourselves some space and grace and have a cry on the couch. Grab our blanket, go underneath, have a big, massive cry that tears coming down and your nose is all blocked, right? So just make sure that you are kind to yourself. So if by any chance you are not at the goals that you want, that you have set, that you have visualized, just make sure you keep taking those steps. Little steps, big steps, jumps, leaps, crawl. Maybe sometimes you'll just lie on the side of the road for a little bit. It's just, give me a little bit of time. Just let me be here for a bit. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's take the next step. Okay, so just be mindful that, yes, visualize, but don't hang on to it too tightly that you miss all the different wonderful things along the way. Let it go. Let it go. Mahalo. So now Sharon says, I love experimenting in the kitchen. The journey is your life. Correct, right? I didn't know I was going to be a content creator when I was in my 20s or 30s. I didn't know I was going to be doing YouTube and connecting with you lovely people, meeting all these wonderful people along the way. Yes, May, such an adventure. Enjoy the process. You're so wise, Mariane. Not wise, just sharing what my own experiences, because I've been on the other side where, I've given up. I've been so sad. I've been, you know, hid pain behind different vices. But what I have learned along the way, and what I have learned doing the planning and just planning the best I can, actioning the best I can, is if you have your contingency plan, you can go and still make it. But the most important thing is to look after yourself. Give yourself some spare self-care, some me time, look after you, do things that make you count. Right? If you had sent an email to yourself, right? Go and do that email. Go and reply to that email first before everybody else. So if you found this video helpful today, thank you so much. So just very briefly, okay, when you're creating your goals, choose an area of focus: physical, mental, spiritual, career, finance, social, family. Okay, focus on one thing at a time. Visualize what your life would look like if you achieve the goal that you're going to set for yourself. Write down that vision, okay? So writing this down vision, it will help you create the steps that you need to take to get there, right? So that first initial visualization and seeing what things could look like allows you to plan and be able to plan for different energy levels, different time frame. Do you have high energy, low energy? Do you have enough time, little time? Plan for the different things. Track your habits. Tracking your habits allows you to see your progress, motivate you, commit fully, act with purpose. If committing fully is just 2 minutes, 2 minutes, you're going to do that 2 minutes 100%. Okay? And of course, don't hang too tightly to the vision you've created, because you may miss all the different opportunities that come along. So I appreciate you all. I do have a video in the description. It's an old one, 2 years old, but it still has how to track your habits and how to create goals in the 7 key areas of life using Zig Ziglar's Wheel of Life. Oh, exactly. Love to each and every one of you today. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Hi, nice to see you. I appreciate you all. Be good, be kind to yourself. And then I will see you all in the comment section, in the chat. And hopefully I'll do another video this week. I'm enjoying making extra videos. So let me know how you are and what goals you are achieving and want to create for yourself this week. Mwah. Love you all. Bye-bye.